What goes into making the hardest rebuild possible? Well, step one, we're going to get rid of all of our good players. Any player that couldn't have been traded for the maximum amount of draft picks you can hold in a single year has been released to free agency. Step two is filling your roster out with the worst players that have ever played the game. From quarterback to the skill positions, to the defensive side of the football, hell, even to the special teams. We're going beyond a cupcake squad. This is the worst team that has ever existed. The only way we can improve this squad is by drafting players with undrafted free agent projections. The only free agents we can sign are after the draft has completed. We can sign undrafted free agents. My name is C4, and this is the hardest rebuild in Madden 23. Welcome to episode 1 of the hardest Madden 23 rebuild. If you guys like the idea of this series, don't be afraid. Hit that like button, helps out the YouTube robots, helps me know that this is something you guys are digging. And let's go. I said I was gonna be bringing a brand new rebuild series format to the channel. 10-year rebuild-ish. 2 years per video. I didn't say I was going to be starting with a specific team, and I feel like doing something like this, it's going to be a good little first playthrough before we start doing stuff that's a little bit more on the realistic side of things. It's going to give me an opportunity to see what works, what doesn't work, and also I've always kind of thought it was fun to maybe experiment with rebuild type challenges, and it doesn't get more difficult than what we've set in front of us. There's no amount of preparation that we are going to be able to do to make this team play well. It is not going to be easy. We got Nathan Peterman running the show. You pretty much just gotta let him do his thing. The only amount of preparation that I can kind of control is our scouting. Now, this is more so when you look at strengths and weaknesses, like the top tier of the class. So we just kind of had to prioritize as best we could and hopefully get some information for the guys that are going to be UDFAs. Felt like our 3-star scout needs to be quarterback. We have to find our quarterback. We have to make sure that if there is even a remotely decent UDFA quarterback in this upcoming draft class, we will know about him. Every other region, we've done pretty well at maximizing our scouting to the players to said region. I got Doug Baldwin here, scouting corners and wide receivers. The central region is perfect. The northeast region is perfect. The southeast region is perfect as far as lining up expertises with the strengths. So while this is a placeholder season, let's go up against a team that knows all about being the worst team in the NFL, the Detroit Lions. Before we sim into the offseason and get our undrafted free agent team underway, let's see what Nathan Peterman can do in his moment of glory. Come on, man, he's an Olympian. 3rd and 9, this is time. Nathan Peterman shows off elite arm talent. Leads the throw for Devin. Out, he comes down with it, let's go! Olympian. And he's hurt, and he's fine. You know what they say about Nathan Peterman? One of the best dual threat quarterbacks of our time. Look at this. Absolute electricity in the legs of Nathan Peterman. There we go, opening drive as everybody expected. The Philadelphia Eagles are on the board. Damn. The last time we took a shot, great things happened. Nathan Peterman just dialed in on the deep. Throws it, he hits it again to Wood Anderson. Wood Anderson, ladies and gentlemen. 51-yarder. For the lowest rated kicker in Madden 23. That is a perfectly timed kick. It is up, and the Eagles have regained the lead, up 10-7. He's an Olympian. He's an Olympian. We know it from pink slips. We know it now. Just get more points going into half. 3rd and 14. Come on. Come on. Oh, God damn it. 59-yard field goal. Rohrwasser. He has it. He has what it takes. It is up, and he is a field goal machine. And it gets jumped. Kirby Joseph, the rookie out of Illinois, with a pick 6 on Nathan Petergoat. That's what I'm talking about, man. Just reading Aiden Hutchinson, using their best player in the defense against them. What a ball! Jeez, middle linebacker blitz, Jordan Davis, Jared Davis, whoever the fuck that is. Turn into Aaron Donald. All right, now, John Lovett. A lot of these guys, they have a chance here in this one little preview to earn a contract next season. And John Lovett's running very hard. And then Jared Davis with his fucking, he's a middle linebacker. What are we doing? That's what I'm talking about. That's why he's the MVP. That's why he's the GOAT. The GOAT. That's what I'm talking about. Break out a sack like he's Cam Newton in his prime. All right, B fell asleep, and Jared Davis continues his record-breaking game at a middle linebacker with 5 sacks.
Hey, boy, ain't no fucking way, boy.
God.
Boy, ain't no way, boy.
Come on, what was that? What was that? Not like this. Don't end it like this. Proud as hell of this team. Proud as hell. Got a lot that we could learn from. A lot that, a lot of knowledge was gained about this squad, about the mentality of the squad. Peterman, S tier. All right, played S tier. Love it, played well. I love it. White made some plays. The Olympian made some plays. Got a couple big catches here out of our tight ends. Defensively, look at that. Moon got an interception. We just couldn't handle. I think tail of the tape. Middle, outside linebacker, very much off ball. Jared Davis turning into Lawrence Taylor. Placeholder season out of the way. Shockingly, we did not make the playoffs. We had the worst offense, the worst defense, the worst record in the NFL. And it was a season that saw some pretty rough defeats. 55-0 to the Commanders, 42-0 to the Cowboys, 52-0 to the Pittsburgh Steelers. At one point, we lost to the Packers 70-3, 52-0 to the Titans. The Bears put up 50. Dallas, week 16, beat us 91-3. In classic Cowboy fashion, Dak barely had anything to do with it. 300 yards, 1 touchdown. They had 6 rushing touchdowns for Ezekiel Elliott, 4 for Justice Hill, and a defense that had 5 interceptions. From a stats perspective, pretty bad. 6 touchdowns to 24 interceptions for Nathan Peterman. We did not have more than 20 yards for a rusher per game. We did have a little bit of a decent season here out of Jacob Harris. I think that's an impressive feat for him to look at a contract extension, perhaps sticking around for this team in his second year. Wood Anderson, tight end, was solid. Cody White had some good production. The Olympian, Devin Allen, did the damn thing. As far as relates to sacks, a lot of sacks given up here on this offensive line. Defensively, Jeremiah Moon, 173 tackles, 9 TFLs, 3 interceptions. Looks like he probably bought himself a new contract. Cole Luke, over 100 tackles, 3 interceptions, over 100 tackles for Brandon and Jalen Elliott. 14 TFLs for something known as Woodrow Hamilton, 10 for Elijah Ponder. We had 1 sack for Ponder, 1 sack for Aaron Ducker, only 2 total sacks on the year. And at least the good news is that the Dallas Cowboys did not win the Super Bowl here in year number 1, and I love seeing John Mechie win Offensive Rookie of the Year for the Houston Texans. But in somewhat of a silver lining, pun intended, on the defensive side, 2 players went up dev trait for their productive seasons. Cole Luke at safety and Jeremiah Moon with his 170 tackles have gone up to a star dev. So those guys absolutely are going to be getting contract extensions. There were definitely a couple players from year 1 that I think earned another contract. Nathan Petergoat, for sure, just keep a veteran in the room. Thought John Lovett ran particularly hard in the game that we played. Worst case scenario, he's like a running back 3. Jacob Harris had easily the best sim production for us, so we're not going to let that walk out the building. On the Olympian side of things, you need to have Olympian on your roster in today's NFL, so that is why we're extending him. Jeremiah Moon was our breakout player. He actually kind of gave us the runaround a little bit, so we're going to franchise tag him at $17 million. Handed over 100 tackles in the secondary. Cole Luke with the star dev also wanted to make sure we extended him. As you could have expected, there will also be no free agency signing for this rebuild. That'd be too easy. Pro Day results are in, so I literally spent the last hour and a half kind of arranging our short list of the best UDFAs. Here's kind of what I'm working with. Here come some of the studs that I think I've been able to find. Quarterback is going to be the most important position for us to nail during this draft, and I think between Harris, Leak, and Cartwright, the stats aren't too bad. A lot of B's thrown in there. But the one player that, I mean, above all, I look through the entire draft class. Hargrave is the only guy that I found that has elite throw power. That alone kind of makes me almost want to go this direction. But we could go multiple picks. We're going to get multiple quarterbacks. We're going to pull like a Washington football team when they got RG3 and then they got Kirk Cousins in the same draft. We're not just going to be landing one QB in this draft. We're going to try to add 2 more to the room that already has Nathan Petergoat as the mentor. Chris Noble in the backfield also looks like a terrific power back. We have the A break tackle. He's 6 feet tall, 230 pounds. And first reps in the bench press. Rest of the combine ain't too good. I will say that one of the more shocking things that was a cold hard reality is that, shockingly, a lot of the guys that are projected to go UDFA, they aren't ticking a lot of the boxes that you want to look for when you can kind of pick through the combine attributes and figure out who's going to be a good player. So anybody that had an elite, anybody that was kind of an outlier at really any sort of athletic trait, I think we're going to be highly interested in bringing them in. That's not to say that there aren't some very good athletic players. Denzel Chamberlain, the fastest player, is a projected UDFA. The wide receiver here out of Lafayette, 6'1", looks like he's going to be very much height, weight, speed, and we want him. Same could be said for middle linebacker Joseph Emerson from LSU. Same lines. Most athletic linebacker in the draft class, 4.36 speed at the linebacker position, and he's top 5 in the 3-cone and 20-yard shuttle. The last guy I kind of want to highlight is Jaden Church, strong safety out of Virginia Tech. Now, Cole Luke had a little bit of a breakout year. I think we can move him to free safety. Looking at Jaden Church, 6'3", A hit power, and again, it's all about who has the best attributes. Doesn't really know, strength at safety, does that really mean a whole lot? I'm not too sure. But for a guy that had first in the bench press, elite strength, first in the broad jump, he also ticks off a lot of boxes for what we're looking for. It is now time to start the NFL draft. For the first overall pick in the draft, we go with our highest projected talent player, which is the speedster at Lafayette, Denzel Chamberlain. Coming in with the 4.24 speed. He has 6'1" height. That therefore gives him height. It gives him not a lot of weight, $188, could be more, but he has the speed to spare. So we're going to select Denzel Chamberlain, hidden dev, UDFA wide receiver, first overall, 96 acceleration, 91 jumping, 97 speed. I think next it's all about the quarterback. Got to get your first round quarterback in order. And while Hargrave does have the elite throw power, and I do plan on drafting eventually, I think we go still with the best quarterback that I think, and that is going to be Mark Harris out of TCU, 6'4". We get A, throw under pressure, B, accuracy, B, deep accuracy, C, mid. He does have solid throw power, so I think that might limit him there just a little bit, but we got to grab at least a quarterback in the first round, and why not draft a quarterback second or third round and create a controversy right off the get-go? But Mark Harris coming in, solid athlete, 89 throw power, and was the most accurate quarterback available in the UDFA rounds. Follow that up with the running back of choice, Christopher Noble out of Maryland, the power back, B ball carrier vision, A break tackle, elite strength, the strongest running back, 32 reps in the bench press, and he likely will be coming in as our day one starter, and there is a hidden dev for Christopher Noble, 91 acceleration, 89 speed, 84 strength. Can he give us a little bit of Nick Chubb? He's given me a Chubb. Let's go. Absolutely hate the idea of this next pick because the stats are god-awful. But we go for athletes here. Jeremiah Moon is proof that if you're a good athlete, doesn't matter what the technical side of things are, you will find a way to make plays. So Joseph Emerson will be our next selection, and he is coming in as very much an athlete that's still learning how to play football with 89 acceleration, 91 speed, but everything else is very much a work in progress. Let's take a look here at Jaden Church. Much like Noble, our running back, just had like one attribute that's, really helped him stand out from the rest, and that is his elite strength. Easily the biggest bench press. Does have a hip power. Everything else I'm a little worried about. Maybe he's a guy we move to linebacker potentially, but we are going to grab Jaden Church, and he pops with a hidden dev. Unbelievable. 90 acceleration, 87 speed, 78 strength. Let's grab the elite throw power. I mean, the accuracy is probably going to be butt cheeks. We already know what we're going to get. We're going to have a quarterback that has a cannon of an arm versus a quarterback that doesn't have quite the arm, but is a lot more technically refined. But that's fine. Sheldon Hargrave, 6'6", out of Texas Tech. So you got to have a little bit of Mahomes to his game. He pops with normal dev, decent athlete, 97 throw power. Good God. Right at the end of the 4th round, and we got another hidden dev, Trey Middleton, blocking tight end out of Iowa State. Here's a complete look at our draft class, strictly of undrafted free agents. We had our fair share of hidden devs. Denzel Chamberlain, first overall, 71 with a hidden dev. We got Mark Harris at quarterback. He's a 66. We got Noble with the first pick of the 2nd round, another hidden dev running back. Joseph Anderson proved to be a little bit of a reach. I mean, when you're dealing with the pool of UDFA players, I guess anything above a 60 is solid. We gambled more so on the athletic traits, but probably not a decent pick. Jaden Church at safety. He looks solid. He popped with a hidden dev. And one thing I noticed is look at the hit power. 99. I don't know if I've seen a 99 hit power yet. That is absolutely ridiculous for Jaden Church, a player that I'm not even sure if we're going to keep him at safety. Maybe we'll experiment a little bit, moving the linebacker. We'll kind of see how the team all plays out. Our cannon of an arm quarterback, Hargrave, with 97 throw powers, only a 61 overall. So there definitely is going to be a quarterback competition between him and Mark Harris. It's all about, you know, who we feel can maximize the offense as best they can. We got just a string of just normal dev players, solid devs. We got Yancey 64 at linebacker, Rudolph 64 corner, 61 I mean, the offensive line prospects weren't the best. Jeremiah Lang here in the 4th round, 66. But look at this, Trey Middleton, 74. He's probably one of the better players in this whole draft. And we got him as a UDFA. Now, he is a blocking tight end. His receiving skill set is very, very much less to be desired. 58 medium route running, 54 deep route running. 71 catching could be, but look at the blocking. He's a solid athlete. Good developmental option for us here at tight end for us to work on him as a receiver. But I'm not going to complain. 74 hidden dev UDFA. I'll take that all damn day. We got 6'6" Trey Cook. Beverly, he actually might become a little bit, even though it says he's a run stuffer, I think he has a little bit of a skill set of a pass rusher, potentially a power rusher, and I think we are also going to be very desperate to kind of just figure out what our best combination will be on that defensive line. We got 63, 65 for Randy Keys. He's also going to probably make a move inside the defensive tackle. 6'5", just about 300 pounds, 90 strength, solid athlete. Got some good burst, some good technique to go along with it. So we are going to have to be a little bit flexible with some of these players. And as far as, like, you know, don't necessarily view their drafted position as what is going to be their final position. Got a 68 right guard in the 5th round. Very happy with that pick. A 69 pass rusher in the 6th round, Stephen Henry out of Kentucky. We got a 66 tackle, Carter Mitchell, one of our better value picks. But ultimately, I was thinking we might get one hidden dev player, maybe 1 or 2 70 plus. And the fact that we got 1, 2, 3 guys that are 70 plus, 4 hidden dev players, you can't ask for much more than that. The last little bit of roster building is to pick through the remaining UDFAs and trying to fill out the remainder of our roster. So I'm going to go through every single UDFA, especially to see if there's a guy that maybe even just has less desirable stats, but a hidden dev, and I will show you guys any potential diamonds I find. Wish I had better news, but the 2 best UDFAs that we could actually sign to our squad, we got, you know, some depth guys, but we had a 70 punter, and we can get a 71 kicker. So our special teams unit might arguably be our strongest going into our first full season. I also thought it was best for Jeremiah Moon, who, while he went up dev trade last year as a middle linebacker, his skill set, he was like a 63 middle linebacker, a 67 speed rushers, makes sense. I watched him at Florida. He was a pass rusher at Florida. So we're going to move him down on the defensive line. He's going to be definitely one of the guys we primarily like to use here on the defense. So the legwork has been done. We have laid the foundation for the hardest rebuild in Madden 23. We started with the worst players that exist in their positions in Madden 23. We then piled that into a lot of draft picks by getting rid of the existing Philadelphia Eagles, and we made a team strictly of undrafted free agents. We go into next episode, years 1 and 2 of the hardest rebuild in Madden 23, with a lot of excitement. Noble, hidden dev power back. Can he be the second coming in, Nick Chubb? Chamberlain, the fastest player in the draft, was a UDFA. That is an exceptional roll of the dice. You do not get that all the time. Is he going to be unstoppable? Is he going to be height, weight, speed to the core? We have Middleton here, who comes into the NFL already. He's one of the better blocking tight ends in the league. Are we going to be able to develop him into a complete tight end and an absolute monster? And then the last remaining question, I think, going into next episode is who the hell is going to be our starting quarterback? Do we go with the more technical, the more savvy Mark Harris at a TCU? I'm not going to disrespect him, even though he looks like He's 39. He got 89 throw power. The accuracy is on point. He's a solid athlete. Or do we consider, and we're going to figure this out through, really the preseason, what quarterback feels the best with this offense? The man with the howitzer arm, Sheldon Hargrave out of Texas Tech. 6'6", 230, 97 throw power. And honestly, if he didn't have dog shit awareness, like even if he just had reasonable awareness, if you bump that up to like 58, 59, he's probably what, 65? The overall is a lot closer between him and Harris as our potential starter. But we've seen, especially with pink slips, man, throw power's not be all end all. It's not king. It's not like speed on the outside. So there is absolutely going to be a fair and honest quarterback controversy, competition, whatever you want to call it, for us to figure out who is going to be our starter. Who is going to not only lead this team eventually down the line to win a freaking Super Bowl at the end of this 10-year period, but who is going to be the guy that baby steps can get our first victory. On the defensive side, we have Jeremiah Moon and Cole Luke both carrying over from our year one terrible god-awful team. And Jeremiah Moon made the switch from middle linebacker. We had 173 tackles last year, 3 interceptions. He is going to be probably our primary user on the defensive side of the ball. We throw in the fact that the rest of, solids. Our starters, it's cupcake, but it's not, terrible cupcake. And then you throw in maybe the guy that I'm most excited for because of the potential, Jaden Church on the defensive side of the ball. 6'3", 220 pounds, hidden dev with 99 hit power. I'm still undecided if I want to keep him at safety. Like, if we find we don't have like a user linebacker that can play that, Troy Anderson, Roquan Smith role for me on the defense, I am fully open to potentially switching this monster to a linebacker spot so he could be our primary user. Would love to get your guys' thoughts on that in the comment section below. But that will be how we end today's episode, on a cliffhanger. This is not really officially episode 1. It's kind of the preview, the introduction to the hardest rebuild here in Madden 23. We are going to be doing 5 videos, 2 years in each video, 10 years total with this team. Where from this team here on out, the only way that we get better is by in-game, getting dev trait scenarios, these guys balling out, by going to the drafts, continuing to draft the undraftable, the unwanted, the UDFAs, and by the end of that 10 years, if we can bring a Super Bowl, this will go down as one of our most epic accomplishment challenges that we've ever done. So if you guys are hype, if you guys are excited for this type of idea, let me know in the comment section below. If we can get, right now I'm planning on uploading episode 2 or episode 1, the first 2 years of this rebuild, be either Thursday or Friday. I already have Tuesday and Wednesday's videos uploaded and ready to go. But I'll tell you what, we get 1,000 likes on this video, I will push the first 2 years of this rebuild up a little bit. We'll do it Wednesday. I'll squeeze it in Wednesday if you guys hit that. If not, we will be back Thursday, likely, maybe Friday, with years 1 and 2 of this rebuild. And I'm excited to play it, man. This is going to be fun. And again, this is, just doing this to experiment with the format of doing new rebuilds. It's not always going to be little challenges like this, but we can still do them. But the big picture is still eventually to move to 5 videos, 2 years in each, 10-year rebuilds for NFL teams. I just want to experiment with a little something different. And I hope you guys are excited and ready to join me for the ride. But that will do it for me today, guys. Thank you very much for watching. It's always your first time stopping by. Don't be afraid to hit that subscribe button. Smash the like button if you want that quick upload, or just if you enjoy what you are seeing here today. And I will see you guys back here on the next one. Thank you very much for watching. And until next time, it's C4 saying peace out. Love ya. Have a good one.